Hey everyone, welcome back. With the release of Hela, and I know a lot of videos have been going around, and a lot of people have been trying Hela out. I've met people in PvP, met people in War, already sporting their new Hela build, and so I just wanted to throw in a couple of thoughts about one of the main staple skills of Hela, which is Bottled Ghost. This is gonna be a quick skill assessment or skill analysis of Bottled Ghost, similar to what I've done with Fatal Dream before. Um, so yeah, really in a nutshell, Bottled Ghost basically throws a ghost bottle at an enemy, dealing about 3,200% magic attack of poison magic damage to the target, and making it frustrated. Okay, that's a term, frustrated, right? um, Frustrated or frustration deals 10% of the damage per second for the next 15 seconds. So the effect can stack up to 15 stacks, right? And the status on monsters can't be cleared. Okay, now this is a magic attack. The launch range is about 6 cells, which I'd say is fairly okay. Pretty decent for magic. Cooldown is 1 second. Cast delay is 1 second as well. VCT is 4 seconds, and again the skill multiplier is 3,200%, and the element is locked to poison. Just sorry, a few notes. Frustration effect, it deals 10% of the original damage as damage per second over a time for 15 seconds. So if you dealt 100k, it's gonna deal 10k every second. Okay, and then it stacks. It stacks up to 15 layers. Frustration can be dispelled by players. Okay, based on the code, when I checked it, and based on the description as well, it cannot be cleared by monsters, right? But it can be cleared by players. So stuff like remove buff, etc., will work. Again, the damage per second stacks up to 15 layers. So the pros, again, the pros, it's a magic attack. You know, it can't be blocked by Kyrie. Um, Damage over time is HP loss, so it goes through most shields. It has a low cooldown and low castle, potentially spammable using the right setup, right? But the cons is it has high VCT. Now I know the 4 seconds VCT is easy to really nullify, which is it's just 120 bit anyways. But Hela basically counters Hela, right? She counters herself apart from Spellbreaker, right? Apart from Mandragora Howling. You know, the biggest threat to Hela is Hela herself. I mean, if you can drain decks of enemies, it means the enemy can drain your decks as well. And if you have a 4 second VCT, casting it at 0 decks, that's gonna be long. So, but then again, right? I mean, it goes the same for everyone. It's just, I mean, if I just look at this skill, it has high VCT. Multiplier is not at par with core skills of other DPS classes. So this really tells you that the main skill of Hela really is Fatal Dream. This one is more for auxiliary damage or just really stack up on the stats that you're stealing. Again, element is locked to poison, very easy to counter. Also, the HP loss is dependent on damage, which means low damage equals low HP loss. So if you're only dealing 10k, right? Maybe you hit the player who's really tanky, then your damage over time is just gonna be 1k. It's like 10% only. Then it just stacks up. So yeah, I mean it's unlike poison, which deals damage based on max HP. And then again, frustration or the status can be removed by players. So not that, I mean, personally, I wouldn't bother having it removed because if the damage to me wasn't that high, then I wouldn't even bother, right? Anyways, but if you look at the damage formula, again, with these hero classes, they tend to just use the same damage formula and just put in some logical if statements to differentiate based on whatever skill was used. But it's really nothing special. You see, it's a mediocre multiplier with a mediocre effect with a mediocre formula. And so there's nothing special about it that makes it good. So it's pretty much the same as other magic skills. Again, lash condition, right? The lash passive, which um, pretty much multiplies the damage. The condition is to have one of the stats reach zero. And then it pretty much at the end, it pretty much acts or it's comparable to skill damaging. But then that's it. There's nothing else apart from that. And so if you ask me, really, this skill for me is at most a so-so, but in general, a thumbs down for me. It's a stackable skill. I mean, it's a spammable skill, right? But to be honest, in your rotation, I think you're better off using the howl for Garm, and then Fatal Dream, right? And in this one, maybe yeah, you just use it to really steal stat points. But beyond that, I don't really see a lot of use for this. I think it's okay, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. With the limited number of attack skills she has, I think this is okay, right? Also, if you activate Black Color Party, it does become stronger. But in general, I don't think it's really significant, and that's also the reason why I didn't even include that here. But yeah, overall, not such a good skill. It's a mediocre skill. So if you're building Hela, my recommendation is aim for Fatal Dream, because that's really the skill that kicks ass. Okay, thanks everyone, and you have a nice day.